Then there was this pop culture crisis. This is a website over here. A website, sorry, a podcast that talks about Another Simple Favor and how Hollywood's trying to normalize basically incest. That's what this is an example of.
Friend of hers who is gay so that he can continue having a secret relationship with his gay lover. And in return, she gets a lifestyle and money and fame. And some people believe that is a nod to Blake Lively's real life.
Yeah.
They believe that Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' beard and that he is secretly in a relationship with Hugh Jackman and that they're both secretly gay. That I find less easy to believe than the theory.
Also, who says less easy to believe? I literally had to stop, pause, rewind, and I'm like, wait, less easy. So is that easier or harder to believe? And I still don't know. I feel my brain just hurting when I'm trying to figure that out. But I guess harder to believe.
No, the fact that Hollywood is pushing incest
Yeah.
and other degenerate themes on audiences in order to normalize these things to us.
The fact, guys, the fact. This person knows so much. I mean, she's, I guess, the authority, the ultimate insider, that she gets to claim that this is a fact that Hollywood is trying to normalize this type of behavior. I just took very strongly to that, honestly. I didn't feel very put myself back over here. I don't feel good about that. I don't think that's true. There's a lot of this talk. I don't know if this was before Diddy, and I'm respectfully not going to be covering that. But the whole Hollyweird thing, that's the first time I heard that term, was with the Diddy thing. And don't break your brain. This girl is notorious for saying idiotic conspiracies. That's what it looks like. That's what I got from it. Because no one's going to say, I think she said, she corrected herself from actually saying the truth, which is her belief, and said, no, sorry, the fact. But yeah, this Hollyweird situation, I'm going to be a little conspiracy theory moment. I'm going to have that for a second. I feel like to me, that sounds like, I don't even know what those words mean. I feel like to me, that sounds like an agenda of not evolving, going backwards, or staying stagnant in hatred, in this idea that I was talking about at the beginning, this like pure, and who defined that long time ago, and this control that religion can have, or people through religion, honestly, using religion. And yeah, this like Puritan aspect of it, and this echo chamber, and just wanting to hold it together to that. Like, no, we don't want better. We don't want more acceptance and love and kindness. That I'm not saying that incest is okay, or that it should be like, oh yeah, easy peasy, whatever, promoted or even accepted. I'm not saying that. And because I don't know my interpretation of what she's saying and this whole Hollyweird thing. Let's say even with the whole Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and whatever his name, I cannot believe I always forget his name, Hugh Jackman. Let's take that to be like, okay, yeah, people talk a lot about that. Let's pretend that's fact. I don't know. But people have this theory that Ryan and whatever his name is, Hugh Grant, Hugh Hefner, what's his name? I just said it. So this scenario, that what if Ryan and whatever his name is, Wolverine, were like a couple and Blake's his beard or whatever. So what? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that is not the same as incest. And I talked about on the Another Simple Favor thing that I said on Friday, like, that's very disrespectful to like equal incest, like, going at it with your sister, your twin sister, the same thing as a lesbian relationship. Like, that's what I'm hearing when I hear something like this, like, oh, Hollyweird, or like, oh, Hollywood's agenda to, normalize bad things, and those are coupled together, and it's like, they're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. And so when I'm saying, no, I feel like it's your agenda to keep us from loving one another, to keep actual love and peace and kindness, compassion, healthy relationships, healthy dynamics, healthy ways to be in this world, you're keeping that away. You're just like, no, hate other people. There's only one true way to be, and it's this way. And like, I don't know. I'm getting kind of tangled in my mind. I have the feeling, but I can't express it. So that I just wanted to cover it in that sense. I'm like, that is just so messed up. A blooper reel that I want to share, and I have comments, and it leads into the Jane the Virgin conversation. And then also before that, this review. I'm not gonna share obviously the whole thing. These people, this is Mark Kermode and Mayo something Mayo. I don't know. The other guy's Mayo. Simon Mayo. I don't know who they are. I feel like they're film guys and I should know this, but I don't. Let me actually do a quick Google search. An English film critic, musician, radio presenter, television presenter, author, and podcaster. Talk about multi-passionate. And then Simon Mayo, I feel like is a music person. He's a radio presenter and author. Oh, that's interesting because he talks about how this movie and other Kermode talks about how Mayo would agree that it should have been a musical. So I assumed that Mayo was like that Foster guy, like some music producer or something.
I don't take any pleasure in saying this, but one of the things with this film is it literally just consists of a bunch of completely unbelievable things happening, and then the characters going, oh, well, that just happened. Ironic wink. None of it makes any sense. Glamorous travelogue footage. I mean, yeah, Capri.
Ironically, there's not even enough like attention and focus on Capri, whatever. Yeah, I was like, I'd have to add there wasn't even enough of Capri or Capri or whatever. I think Capri is the pants. It didn't take front and center stage. Not even Blake Lively did, actually. For how it was like, oh, the most beautiful place on earth, which I'm like, who said that? Who said that? There's like quite a few beautiful places on earth that would be a tie. And I don't think this is the most beautiful, but that's how it was said. Anyways. But yeah, it didn't take center stage. At least give us that. He said an incoherent bag of stuff thrown at the screen was one of the things that he said.
And it's rubbish.
That's his basic critique of the movie. That's his final thought. And he goes on to say, there's no stakes, no reality. I'm like, yes. He was like putting the finger on things that I couldn't put my finger on it. Or maybe I did, but I don't remember the notes and I didn't make that video yet. But yeah, there's no stakes. You could care less about any of these people, about any of the situation. You don't get emotionally invested. Not because of the Blake Lively drama. Interestingly enough, that has little to do with it, except for us, like at the beginning when like you see more Blake, there's definitely some things that I pointed out, like, ooh, like where's her mother instinct and stuff like that. Besides that, it's just like you don't get emotionally involved at all. It's like throwing things at the wall and like, yeah, okay, cool. That's the picture. So, like nothing's cohesive, nothing makes sense. They created this triplet story that wasn't in the book. Like, why not stick to the book? And this guy says even Paul Feig thought it was going to be awful or that it didn't work. And I've heard this before and didn't want to make this sequel, but then supposedly some things like got put together and it's like, oh yeah, actually it sounds funny or it sounds good. And he did it. And this guy, it seems like it's quite common across film critics to say, please don't make a third one. You shouldn't have made this one to begin with. He also says it's genuinely awful, massive waste of talent and resources. I'm like, better words have not been spoken. Never has an idea of what it should be. I mean, mic drop. That's exactly what it feels like. I can't say that word tonight. Bag of stuff thrown at the screen. As I said, just like throw things at the wall and have them stick, but they have no relationship. There's no emotional involvement. Doesn't know its identity. It has no identity, this movie. It has no purpose. Someone said soul, like it has nothing. And then according to this guy, Paul Feig thought he was making a Hitchcockian thriller. I'm like, are you kidding me? I know that I said that thing with, oh, he stars in it, he makes an appearance, a cameo at the end like Hitchcock, and I'm like, he's no Hitchcock, what the heck? I didn't know that seriously this went through his mind. I said that independently just because I knew that was a Hitchcock thing to do. Insult. insult to Alfred Hitchcock. Insult to even pretend to be in that, with this movie at least. I don't know about his other movies. Nowhere near, not even close. Oh gosh, this is garbage. This is garbage to Hitchcock. Anyways, so yeah, massive waste. Imagine all that money. I think of like all that money could have gone to better things. Better things. And then finally he says at one point, I don't remember, I hope it's not coming back. I'm like, sentiment across the board. It seems like all the reputable guys, critics, reviewers that are not into the Blake Lively drama just are like, just trashing this, just highlighting how awful this is. But it's number one, guys. It's number one. It's number one on Amazon Prime. But again, because it's being watched, because of the legal drama, because of maybe the being a cult classic, as people say, people having high expectations from the first one, those things combined, yes, it would be interesting more so. This is how movies should be ranked, not by opening box office numbers, but by the reviews afterwards, which, you know, in a way they are, but like you should mark like, hey, did you think this was worth it, or would you want your money back? That's how they should score movies. And I also said, I wonder if the actors saw their own movie, because they might be like Michele, he might be just promoting it because that's his job, whatever, he's under contract, or he might think it was great, because sometimes when you're involved in something and you have like the memories and you can't like separate like, oh my gosh, it was so fun working on this movie, or it was like the big Hollywood thing or whatever, and you don't, you know, realize that it's crap, or they just didn't see it. So I wonder. Yeah. How many Deadpools have there been? Here, Marina. The Marias agree, and I agree with you guys too. Yeah, I've only seen the one Deadpool. I don't even think the whole thing. And I was like, no, not for me. This is terrible. So this is put out by Amazon MGM Studios. So, you know, it's like they're promoting their stuff. This is supposed to be a blooper reel. Keep that in mind as you watch this.
My balls with a rusty knife can be at this wedding.
Oh, let me do that for you.
Yeah, please.
No idea where my eyeline's meant to be. Oh, you're so evil when it's the real one.
Where my tortilla spelled? No. Spanish.
Emily is marrying into the mafia? I'm sorry, but
I don't feel like this is a blooper reel. I feel like this is just a kind of trying to be funny. Because one of the things with blooper reels, like you let the moment be. You don't go like, it's not a trailer, like boom, 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 because then you're not letting the joke sit. I barely even see these jokes. I don't even know what happens. It's so fast.
It was almost so cool.
Your socials are blowing up. Terrible choice of words.
Oh my gosh, I want to sneeze again. So this is the blooper reel, supposedly, for this movie. It is actually just as bad as the movie. And this is more of a common blooper reel. This is one of the Jane the Virgin's ones that I watched back at the beginning of this whole crazy mess. Not saying this is the best of the best, but this is what I have right now.
We'll get the lane right.
Please, Rogelio, just...
Okay, I sent her a Rogelio gift basket, and I included 2 varieties of smoked meats.
Excuse me.
Stop!
I love...
The moment
Sure,
you turn
sure.
around, embody everything that you are. Action!
It's doing sounds of desperation. He's got a ladybug on him.
Oh wait, make a wish.
That's John's
I wish for season 2. Is that a hold on?
Oh, I got a burp.
That's not gonna be cute.
Gina, I can see his fangs.
I mean, these guys here. It's my relatability factor.
She's a Golden Globe winner. I just want to make sure we were fans.
Sorry, I got distracted because I love watching these. but this is more like a blooper reel. Not saying, obviously they have a show, so it's like, I don't think there's more, but it might be more because that's maybe all that Another Simple Favor had, just those clips, because probably they didn't have that much fun on it. I don't know. It just, like I said, it seems to me that being on sets around Blake Lively is not a cup of tea. It's not enjoyable. You kind of have to walk on eggshells. Yeah. And to the thing that I talked about as far as like her and Michaela bonding over the stick humor joke thing, yeah, I would not want to be anywhere near Blake. I don't know. She needs therapy.